You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Next, featuring intimate and in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood's next edition of stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, next.
Yes, fight the power. You hear this song?
Hey.
We're gonna start it off nice and mellow today. It's a new song right here on Black Hollywood Live's Next. You hear that voice? Because if you hear that voice, you know that voice. You've probably made a baby or two to that voice.
Already.
Today in the studio, we have a real treat for you. We have the one and only amazing singer of all time, Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill. What is
Johnny
Sesame
Gill.
chocolate? Sesame chocolate.
Johnny's in studio with us today,
Yes.
and you're gonna love all the stuff we have to talk about. He's got a new song. You hear that playing right now? It's beautiful.
Hey, behind closed doors, I'ma learn the words one day, and I'ma sing the whole song.
There you go. Of course, I'm your host, Megan Thomas, and who are you guys?
I am Kiki Ayers.
Hey, Kiki, welcome back, babe. We miss
Thank
you.
you. I miss you more.
I don't believe it. I don't feel that tension. I don't feel it right here.
I miss you, Megan.
I love you, girl.
What's going on, everyone? I am your host, Cortez G. West.
Yes. And so, as we always do, we talk about what's up and coming in the world. And Johnny's new song, Behind Closed Doors, is up and coming. It's next. It's hot. It's going to burn up the charts. And again, you'll probably make another baby to this song.
The whole album.
Yes. The album's amazing. So, Johnny, we're going to have some fun with you today, okay?
I said I was gonna be on my best behavior.
No.
Oh, no.
All
Not on
right.
this show.
Okay.
That's not how
Y'all
we
know
do
I
it.
got issues, right?
This is called Black
yes.
Hollywood Live.
Okay.
Yes.
Live.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Y'all know I'm not black,
You know?
I'm not
Shut your
either.
mouth.
but I like y'all though.
He
I like you
Dominican.
people.
He Dominican.
Y'all in the movie like, what is that, White Chicks, where they just took off their mask?
Right. So we have a little game
Yes.
we're gonna play with
Oh,
you
shucks.
today.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
want to know.
Cortez.
We want to know who's gonna make you say my, or if you want to take them behind closed doors. So
Oh,
a couple of pictures
wow.
gonna pop up.
Okay.
Now we're not gonna get you in trouble. We'll get to that later about
Okay.
Wait
All
a
right.
minute. My mind means you're not gonna take them behind closed
No,
doors?
my means.
Just you like them. You like
if
them.
you listen to the words of my,
Right.
my is a song to me. This is my opinion.
Uh-huh.
To where it seems like you was like, you're my lady. I want to take care of you. You're my only one. Behind closed doors, that's just a hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like a combination of both.
Okay. So, and there you go. When the picture comes up, you put your own little miss in, okay? All right, how about that? All right, so first, a mixture of both. All right. So we're going to start with Miss Angela Bassett. Is that a my, or
that's
behind closed door?
That's a my.
That's the kind of woman you just got to
That's
say
a
my.
woman. That's a woman.
That's
a
a
woman.
woman.
You can't just put them behind closed
It
doors.
looks like she's saying that. What you say?
A woman, you can't just do
Right.
the behind closed doors hit and quit kind of thing.
Exactly.
A woman, that's a mama.
That's a
That's a
woman.
keeper.
Right. Okay.
And she will burn your clothes.
Yes, you
Hell, I don't wear none anyway. You won't have much to burn.
Oh, God.
will.
And next we have the beautiful, the lovely Miss Nicole Murphy. Ugh.
Nicole Murphy, that's my sister. That's
I know.
like incest. I couldn't talk. How can I respond to that? I'm sure for other guys, it would be, she would be a combination of my behind closed doors.
That would be a fair weather
I
friend
would-
for me.
That would be a fair weather friend for you? Really?
Yes.
Oh, she wouldn't be a combination of a my behind closed doors?
Both and a fair weather friend.
And a fair weather friend.
Oh, in the midst. See,
You're
there
pretty
you go.
greedy, man. You greedy. I gotta watch it.
I want to know.
Right.
But I'm greedy with one person. Though. I can do that.
Okay. You asking for a lot. You asking for a lot for once.
I know, right? All right. So,
Oh, my God.
the next one we got Toni Braxton, the beautiful, the lovely Miss Toni Braxton. That's a my behind closed doors.
That's my behind closed doors.
All of it.
And
All
a
of
fair
it
weather
above.
friend. And a lady that's short, too. And a rub you the right way.
Oh. Yes.
Come on, we gotta get some of that. See. And last but not least, of course, we just got the Carissa Rosario. How about who? Yeah.
Well, that's a keeper. That's a my all day long.
All day long.
Yes.
So it is. So we got it. You're engaged.
No, I'm not anymore. As a matter of fact, we on our hiatus. We on the, you got to, what do you call it when you
On a
take
break?
a break?
Take a
What do,
break.
what do they call it?
It's not me and you.
It's a timeout.
Oh.
I'm taking the time out.
It's only
Okay.
a timeout.
What
we
are
get.
the rules of a timeout? Like, what can you? Is every you can do whatever you want, or is there like guidelines to a timeout?
I don't know about well, for me, I can. Hey, listen.
Can't even get it out.
I just let it go. I do whatever the Lord said do.
Okay. That's a good answer. Hallelujah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Hallelujah.
And I'm responsible I take full responsibility for my actions.
Oh
There you go.
gosh.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to play
That's
that game,
fair.
man. I wanted to play that game. This man, I wanted to play this game, man, because I looked at your social media and a lot of your followers, man. These women, they love you.
Oh yes.
Old and new. They love you.
It's
So
just a blessing.
it's amazing. So behind closed doors, as we said before, that's the new single out on Game Changer. I'm sorry. Go get it.
Yes, absolutely.
iTunes as well as in stores. Go get it. Bro.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
make more babies, but I don't have to pay child support.
There you go.
Put it on.
Best
And
kind.
I help y'all make the babies.
That's
You
how
know
you-
what?
that's the
Hold on.
best kind.
Have you ever had someone come to you and say, "I had my child off of you"?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Really?
All the time. Absolutely.
How does that make you feel? Like to me,
I
I'd be
get
like,
scared when they come up to me because
Right.
at first when they say, I had my a baby, I'm thinking, it ain't mine. You let me too. How long ago? So, I get a little nervous. But then I start looking at the picture. Let me see the picture.
No, that ain't mine.
Right. So as we do every week on Next, we talk about what's up and coming in casting. We talk about what's up and coming in the world, and of course with music. So let's start off with casting this week. And of course, Johnny, we want your input, what you think about these things. First in casting news, we got some new roles coming out for Phylicia Rashad, everyone's favorite mom.
My.
Yes. And Gugu Mbatha-Raw. So first with Phylicia Rashad, she's actually going to be doing a new movie called Creed, and it features Michael B. Jordan, and it's actually a spinoff. It's a Rocky spinoff, and so Sylvester Stallone will also be making an appearance.
Wow.
So that's going to be a big movie.
That's going to be big. Did Mrs. Huxtable leave Mr. Huxtable yet?
I
I just
did,
wanted to
right.
know. I'm just wondering.
That's a good question.
I'm concerned.
Right. That's a good question.
I think she stayed with him. She's a
Hey,
good
you-
woman.
yeah,
She's a good woman.
Oh, she's
better than most.
Hella good.
And hella strong.
If she's still at home with Mr. Huxtable.
Right. And then, of course, we got Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who right now is on Beyond the Lights. It's an amazing
She
movie.
is gorgeous.
Yes.
Beyond gorgeous.
Amazing.
Call me.
He on hiatus. You can.
Right. It's all right during your
My phone bill is paid. It's on. Call me.
I love it. So she's going to be in a new movie with Matthew McConaughey. Oh, so I'm definitely going to see this movie. But it's a slave movie. So I don't know how I feel about that.
A slave movie?
It is. It's a Civil
With
War
Matthew
drama.
McConaughey?
Yes, it's called Free State of Jones. And she's going to be playing a slave,
slave.
obviously. And then, of course, he's going to be playing, I believe, a soldier. And they have some kind of a
okay.
love affair.
okay.
you
Nothing
know.
else there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right. A slave deserves a slave. I'll be a slave.
Okay. Why you playing?
I don't understand it.
Right.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Y'all can't get it right.
Right. I don't know. Matthew McConaughey's kind of fine, though.
I'm just saying, he's not
Right.
coming. Come on. A slave deserves a slave. This woman needs to work her way up.
Step by step.
I love
Come
it.
on.
All right, Kiki, what's going on in the music world?
In music, Eminem and 50 Cent are rumored to have another record on the way, and people have mixed feelings about it because they feel like 50 Cent and Eminem are kind of
Old.
past their era. So I don't know. I like it. I want to see
Would you
it.
listen to it?
I would listen to it to see if it's hot. So.
Hey, people ought
Yeah.
to get a grip on it. I still
Right.
would like to
Right.
see George Foreman and Ali fight again. I don't care what they say. Whatever.
You are so wrong for
Whatever.
that. They both got diseases now. You can't be having them fight each other. So wrong.
Y'all are crazy. I know you guys that are listening right now live. I know you guys are having a good time. And I hope you're not driving.
Right.
I hope you are not driving.
Johnny, would you listen to songs by them? A new album?
Absolutely. Well, that's my era. That's my generation. So
Right.
I would definitely, without a doubt. Listen, great music is great music.
Right.
It doesn't matter whom and where it comes from. And people need to stop putting everything in, just everything has to be so categorized. It's like, yo, if it's good, it's just good.
Right, right.
Enjoy it, appreciate it.
Right. And some,
Yeah.
of course, some more good music.
Oh, that's
is-
baby making music.
It
That.
is. This is
Sweet
good music. Let's
Jesus.
talk about this. Game Changer.
The thing is, I want to know, like, to me, I feel like you've influenced a lot of people on their own style of dance. I mean, singing. So with this album here, is there anyone that you're listening to right now that influenced this album? Because you have people like Anthony Hamilton. You and Anthony Hamilton. I think you guys, Anthony Hamilton looked up to you. I can tell in his music, the way he sings.
Yeah.
I just feel.
And I have such great respect for him and love Anthony. As a matter of fact, the song "Game Changer" was written by Babyface and Anthony Hamilton.
See?
And
I was
a couple
right.
other writers as well. Yeah.
Hold on, we got a picture. Put that picture up.
I know,
Josh.
right? If you
Put
and
that
Anthony,
picture up.
right? Yeah, that's a dope picture, by the way.
Yes.
Wow.
Good job.
Where was this?
And who knows? We're working on some things here that you guys might hear about a little later.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Johnny, your teeth
2015.
are amazing, by the way.
2015 maybe.
You got a nice smile,
I
honey.
brush them every day and don't tell lies. If you don't tell lies, that's what happens. to you.
That's how you
It
keep your teeth.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't black. So, I mean,
That's why I said I don't tell lies.
Right.
But I like you people.
You people. The call is you.
On Black Hollywood Live.
so we've had you sing R&B. I like to call it the baby making music. What other music other than we've also heard you give us gospel? What other music can you give us, or what are you thinking to give us this year? Like, is it jazz? Can we get some jazz from
I
you?
tell you what I did on the very end of the new album, The Game Changer. There's a song that's like more of a Euro kind of a feel to it, and what I did was, as an artist, I like to branch out, but what I wanted to make sure I did is give my hardcore fans what they're looking for from Johnny. And as I continue to move forward, and if you listen to the album, the whole album, it starts to progress towards the end, where it starts to go into a little different spin with music. But I never compromised who Johnny Gill is.
Right.
But it's just artistically, because I'm a musician as well, I wanted to try some things and do something a little different. But I did it in a very subtle way. So I didn't try to come out and put some house music and say, I'm going to do a whole album of house music and y'all got to take it or leave it.
Right.
So I just kind of just gradually just did that, and looking forward to doing more.
So what is it that you want? If you're gonna tell me to go buy your album, what would you tell me, like, from beginning to end? Is this something I can put in the CD and just press play and let
Once
it play?
you hit the play button, let me tell you what I did with this CD. And I made a conscious effort to, when I was recording the CD, this is a sort of a single-driven kind of industry. And I said at first, too, I was thinking, we'll get maybe 2 or 3 good joints, and then just put some nice joints on there and call it a day. I'm from the old school.
Right.
Every single song on that CD has a purpose, every song. So when you hear it, you'll see how it unfolds. And the beauty about it is, when I recorded this CD and after it was done, I knew I had something special. But to watch the critics and the fans and everyone else respond to what I felt that I was on to has been beyond the greatest reward.
So do you feel that you've satisfied your fans with this album? I mean, because you've had amazing albums like Still Winning, and even your 1985 Chemistry.
That
Like, come on, that's when I
album,
was born.
Game Changer would be today my Thriller album.
That's a good way to put that.
That's good,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Ooh.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What's your
Wow.
favorite song on this album?
I'm gonna tell you, when you listen to the album, and if anyone that has it, just go on Twitter and look at some of the fans and the response. Every day, if you put that record on, it's whatever mood you're in, it just takes you. And every day you'll wind up. I get it every day. Somebody go, that was my favorite. Oh, that's my favorite joint. This was my favorite joint. Oh, I love this joint. It's like the whole album. It's like just depends on where you are and what mood you're in. It just takes you all over the place.
That's amazing.
Is there any song in particular that every time you hear it, it takes you back to whatever place it was that when you wrote that song?
On this album,
Yes.
Behind Closed Doors, I remember when I was in New York working on that one. And another song called 5,000 Miles. That's just the ultimate compliment to a woman. And that would be my 2015 My. It talks about your beauty surpasses heaven. And it's the ultimate compliment, I think, to a woman.
That was powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was well. We loved you in New Edition, of course. But what made you go independent as an independent artist? What was that made you say, okay, I think I want to do my
because
own
I
thing?
started out that way, and I knew that doing all these other endeavors, as far as different groups, as far as LSG, No Edition, Heads of State, working with Stacey Lattisaw. The one thing that I always wanted to make sure of, and I did right off the bat when I first got into this business, I also and always was conscious and was aware that it's important to have balance. Balance is very important. Be able to be a team player, learn how to work with other people, but at the same time, there's a balance. When you have an opportunity, I don't have to consult with anyone when it comes down to my creativity and being able to express myself still as an artist, to sing about things that I enjoy singing about, is just as important. So finding that balance, being able to work with people and doing all those things is so important. And that's why if you ever look, even with the New Edition, if you look at most of the pictures, if you see me in the center, it's not because I put myself there. I've never been the guy that desires attention. It's like I come in and I'm so comfortable with who I am that it's like I just tell me what I need to do, where my role, and what I need to where I need to be. And that's kind of how my attitude is how I've always kind of dealt with even being in this business.
And that makes you stand out, though. Like, that really makes you stand out. So even with that, you have a song with New Edition on the album Game Changer since 2004, right?
Since 2004.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And
This
and
one
they
for
just
me and
nailed
you.
it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This is a great album. I'm so glad you came back out, honey, because I love me some Johnny Gill.
I'm thinking of having a baby soon. So,
Not yet.
That'll help you.
Wow.
I got a few songs you can put on there if you want a boy or girl. Just let me know and I'll suggest. I'll tell you which ones.
Boy or girl?
Which one you need? I'm gonna tell you which one you
You
need.
can make good money off of that. 'Cause
Right.
people just want boys or girls.
Right, I want twins.
You want twins?
I want twins.
You can make a killing
If you
in
want
China.
twins, you want that song called "What Is This?"
What is this? Number 4.
It's like an
number
old
4.
Al Green throwback joint.
What is this?
It's like an old Al Green throwback joint. So you're gonna be connected and laying up in there for a while. So it's gonna be
my
twins.
twins.
You might even have triplets because that one takes a while.
Goodness. This is a
Fingers go all over the
fertile
place.
album. Fertile album.
Fertile album.
Fertile album.
I love it.
All right, so Johnny, we're gonna get into you. We want to
Yes.
talk about some questions like about you, your life, and who
Yeah.
you are as a
Yeah.
person.
So let's take it back to the beginning. I know you grew up in D.C. I lived in D.C. for a while. It was a beautiful place. How was it growing up in D.C. and how did music influence your life as a child growing up there?
It was great. My dad was a minister. I grew up singing in church, and I have a friend of mine who actually grew up with me, that I grew up with, and I've been known for many years. He was one of the original guitar player in the gospel group that I started with
Wayne.
my family.
Wings of Faith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's so funny because growing up, you don't know. You're just living in the moment. And I had no idea what I was doing was special or was unique. Wayne will tell you, we used to have meetings outside the church before we would go inside the church. Okay, guess how many people are going to make shout? We're going to shut this down. We're going to do this. And I didn't realize, little did I know, that being able to do that, pushing people's buttons, that there was a power behind it. There was some anointing. There was anointing behind that I had no idea.
You thought you was strategizing.
I just
the
thought
Holy
I
Ghost.
was just getting it cracking. I was like, yeah, we was talking about how many we gonna make shout, and watching them and how we would just tear down the church. It was like it was fun to me, but at the same time, and I didn't realize how powerful it was and what gift that was that God had given us.
What was your favorite gospel song singing in church growing up?
There was a song called "I Don't Feel No Ways Tired."
I don't.
No,
Yeah.
no, I need you to sing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I need
Come on,
to
give
feel
me
it.
some. Come on.
I don't feel no ways tired, Lord. I come too far from where I started from.
Yes, man.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
I'm leaving.
I'm
leaving.
I can't go to church with Johnny Gill now. I can't go to church with Johnny Gill.
You know, brought church here.
Right. I can't go to church with you. I would never be quiet.
Holy Ghost, Ghost, holy.
So you,
Right.
so you were in a group. Wayne was in a group, and your 3 brothers were in a group as
yeah,
well.
and my mom, yeah.
And your mom. So
Yeah.
out of you and your brothers, who was the best singer in a
Me?
group? You.
Look, I'm sitting in front of you. What you talking about?
As a child,
Don't you know?
As a child, it was you too.
Yeah, because you know what they did? Let me tell you the truth.
Tell me the truth.
When I was little, my brothers, they pushed me out front because I was the youngest and I couldn't beat them. So they was like, and they everybody was sort of kind of shy. So I was always the one that was pushed out front. And I didn't know any better. I just went on and did what I had to do. Now I'm looking back going, who got the last laugh?
But you're still humble.
Right.
Oh, yeah, when they call me, I go, yeah, I'll give you a loan.
So terrible. So your mother was in a choir as well. How did your parents influence your music career?
My dad?
Yeah.
Well, growing up as a kid watching my dad preach, I didn't know that I was taking it all in. I watched the way my dad walked. I watched the way he would dress. I watched how he would preach. And, when you're a child, we are a product of our environment. And a lot of times we don't even realize that kids, we're like sponges. We're taking things in and don't even realize it. But because that's what we grow up in, that's what you learn, and that's what you're taught. And at the end of the day, before you know it, I looked around and I was singing, and when I would sing, I was acting like him. Watching it, because my dad was one of those singer preachers. He wasn't just one of those kind of teachers.
He
was the
hooped,
one. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I woke up this morning, I closed my right mind.
Yes.
So, and you grow up not realizing that, I was a sponge. I was just kind of following in his footsteps. Yeah,
Nice.
and was heavily influenced by my dad.
So you performed at church. What other places did you perform at as a child? Where was like the biggest place you performed at? They were just like, oh, I'm the man.
Strip club?
Oh, Lord.
No.
I'm concerned.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Coming to the stage.
Gosh, just, it's so funny because my buddy Wayne, he builds houses. I'll never forget as a kid growing up, I used to run. I didn't have no license. This guy had me driving his truck, driving motorcycles, going to get nails, hammers, food, and then I would get back go sit on top of the roof while he's working, building the houses, playing the guitar singing, and was being influenced by him because he was another one that was telling me, man, you bad, man. Man, they can't touch you, man. Blah, blah, blah. You can't do this. You can do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not realizing, still not taking it all in. Mm-hmm. I'm just still singing, doing what I do. But learning and understanding that he was bringing things to my attention. Just like Luther Vandross brought something to my attention many years ago when I did a duet album with Stacey Lattisaw. And he said, you know what, my favorite all-time song, Johnny Gill song? And I was like, what? He was like, I thought he was going to say Perfect Combination. He said, Baby, It's You. I said, huh?
Wow.
Because we did a song, the cover
mm-hmm.
song of it. And I said, well, why is that your favorite? And he says your tone and the way that you, your phrasing. And I'm going, hell, I didn't know I was toning and phrasing. So, and I went back and listened, and then I became aware of singing about understanding tones and telling a story. Right. And all those other things. So it's like people like Wayne talking about vocal runs and stuff that I was doing naturally. I didn't know what they were. I was just doing whatever came to mind. But becoming aware of those things really helped me to home in and become good at what I did.
Speaking of Luther, what's your favorite Luther run?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Let me hold you tight. If only for one night, let me keep you near to ease away your fears. It would be so nice if only for one night.
Yes, I can listen to you sing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a woman, have you ever used your singing for a woman, or is that so cliche for you?
So cliche, but I did do it once.
Okay.
And I'll never forget someone you guys would know. I would never call her name because she was an actress. No, it wasn't J-Lo, but I wish.
Oh.
Anyway, and I'll never forget, I came back and was nominated for an award, and I'll never forget afterwards, we went back to my place, and I had this determination with this girl that I'd been talking to for a couple of weeks.
Halle Berry.
I was like, I'm going for the gusto. I put the champagne on ice, and I set it right by the piano. I had the lights dimmed, and when she came in, we sat down, and I started playing a couple of songs, a couple of Luther joints as well. And we went from the piano to the floor, from the floor to the bedroom. And I went, damn, it was that easy? Sheesh. Man.
Oh my God!
Do you have dudes like jealous of you? Like you know how you get the girls want to throw the panties at you, but do you get the dudes just to be like, man?
You know, yeah, but then you know what's crazy? I get recognized faster by guys than I do women.
Oh, you help.
And
Oh,
it's
you
so
help.
crazy because they always go, yeah, man. Yo, man, that joint, man, it was, you helped me with my girl, man. That was some, you know. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. You know.
Saving relationships
I
out
know, right?
here.
Yeah.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
Was there okay? So you started off in gospel, but you made the transition into R&B. Was there ever any issues with your family, especially since you were no longer singing gospel?
Never. My dad was so proud of me, and he lived vicariously through me. My dad told a lady when I was 6 or 7 years of age, and I was with him in Columbus, Georgia. He says, "See this little boy right here?" And we were at the Waffle House. And
Oh, yes, Waffle House.
That's Waffle House.
He says, "Yeah, he's my son. It's gonna be a star. It's gonna be a star." And I was just like, "This man is on crack." And sure enough, to look back and see where how far I've come and what has taken place, my dad saw something way before I could see it.
Right.
There was a guy that was 96 years old. I was singing in church one day, and he told my mother that he saw a light over my head when I was singing. And to look and see where I am today, once again, he was right.
Right.
Golden child.
You got
Yeah, it's
that
crazy.
good anointing.
Yeah, it's just like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in 1987, you joined New Edition after Bobby Brown left. How did you
No,
even
no,
get...
he got kicked out.
Oh, okay, he got kicked out. I ain't want to go.
She was trying to be nice.
Right.
She was trying to be nice.
But how did you
Black
get
Hollywood Live.
connected?
Trying to be nice.
How did you even get connected with them?
Well, I ran into Michael Bivins when I moved to Los Angeles, and I went to the Whispers concert, and we ran into each other, and he was asking me, do I feel that I've got my just due as a vocalist? And I said, I looked in both sides of my pockets, and I was like, nope. And he had invited me to lunch the next day, and to come see them because they were performing at the Forum for the Ice Capades. And for some reason, we went, and then they asked me after that, going to see them that show the next day, if we could get together and go to lunch. So I was just like, oh, it's interesting. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can go to lunch. Good thing Mr. Childs wasn't going on back then, because I'm telling you, I would have broke them, because they were paying for it too. You know, I didn't have a budget back then. I was still working my way up. But and then we started talking, and they started explaining to me what they wanted to do and why they wanted to go back to having a fifth member, because choreography and all the other stuff. I found out later, lo and behold, it wasn't about that. But at that time, that's what how they explained it to me. So we go over to the record label and tell the president of the record label the same day.
Man.
Mr. Busby, he said, when we walked in the office, he said, Johnny Gill and New Edition. Mike said, New Edition. Gerald said, he said, yeah, meet our new member.
Yes. So with that, did you ever have any apprehension to being in this group that has already been formed, and there's a lot of tension already, and filling in some shoes, especially shoes of Bobby Brown? How did that feel? Did you ever feel like might be too much?
I honestly was so naive in walking into a situation that I walked into, thinking that this is what they wanted to do. I knew it was going to be a challenge with the whole dancing thing, because I sing. And wasn't a dancer. Thank God. I like I said, I give all props to God and to Brooke to take these two left feet and make them one left. that's pretty awesome.
Right,
but,
right.
But at the end of the day, I didn't know what I was walking into. None of us really knew. When you're living in the moment, you have an idea. You can have an idea, think something is good, and hope that it's going to be great, but you really don't know the impact that it's going to have until we look back now at the history and see what took place. And when I walked in there, I just knew that whatever my role was, that's what it was going to be. I found out later that I came in to replace Ralph, not to replace Bobby. And it's crazy how things kind of took place when we went to Minneapolis and started recording. Ralph was not very fond of me in the sense that it wasn't that he didn't like me personally. I think it was just the fact that the threat of this guy coming in here now, what are y'all trying to do?
And
I didn't vote him in here.
Right.
I'm going with y'all. This is what y'all trying to do, but I don't want to do this.
Right.
So everything exploded when we got there to Minneapolis. And lo and behold, during that time, Ralph and I just started bonding, talking about the things that and a lot of things that we had in common and goals and stuff that we wanted to do just as artists. And before you know it, we was just like that. Me and Ralph, to this day, that's my right hand.
Right.
Yeah. And things just happened the way they were supposed to happen. And when I look back over it and see how it has, what I was able to contribute to this group as well as what they contributed to me as well, it was just a match made in heaven for all of us.
Yes, because we love your music.
Yes.
We love it. So speaking of Ralph, you've toured with him, Bobby Brown, as Heads of State.
Heads of State, yeah.
You've been in LSG, Levert Sweat Gill. I love y'all. Yes. With all of these groups that you've been in, which one has probably been the most fun for you?
Wow. Each one of them have had some incredible moments in my life, and oh my God, that's but wow. I'd probably have to say Heads of State because it was just more free fall and we just go. It was like our whole concept was like we called ourselves originally the Black Pack, where it was kind of like we just go, and it was like there's no real format. It's like catalog stuff that we were gonna do, but yet we're just gonna have fun, and it was loose and not so formatted. So that gave me, and then we're out of the six of us, myself, Bobby, and Ralph have always been close. So it was just kind of like just a natural thing that just kind of happened. But I mean, I love all my brothers, but we just always had I joke about the fact that we're the Democrats and the other three are the Republicans. So we're always going back and forth and we're the lock.
So it's like Heads of State versus like Belle de DeVoe?
Right. It's always the three versus the three. It's just always been that way. It's the craziest thing. But
y'all should do that on tour, like against each other. Boom, boom, boom.
They can't handle us.
Right. We got to see that.
No, we got too many bombs. They got a couple of bombs they can throw at us. But we got way too much
You got those nuclear bombs.
Okay. It wouldn't be big.
Knock you out in one hit.
So last year, New Edition got back together to tour. Why did it take so long for you guys to do another tour?
Because we all go out and do what we're doing individually, and we have our lives outside of New Edition. The great thing about us, and the reason why we've been able to come back together for 31 years doing this in this game, is simply because there's a true brotherhood for us. This is not something that you can manufacture. When you look at these groups that can't come together, that should be together, some of them, everybody thought, because we screwed up a lot of people's minds when we came out as New Edition and everybody spent out and did their own thing and was hugely successful. A lot of groups started thinking, everybody in groups was going, okay, yeah, and then we're going to split out and we're going to do this, and it's not for everybody. Right. So a lot of these groups, these people, they would come in, they put these groups together. Their intentions are, oh yeah, I'm going in with the group, then I'm going to go out and do my own solo stuff, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it doesn't work for everybody. And it was something special for us, and it just broke down how unique the group is, our group was. And I just think that I wish, some of the other groups could understand that it's not for everybody, but we did what we did as a group, and it was special. And the reason why we were able to come back is because we are there's a true brotherhood. What I could say about and we fight like cats and dogs. Don't get it.
That's what I was going to
We go
ask
at
you.
it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we agree to disagree. But what I can say about my brother can't nobody else say.
Right.
Yeah.
So we go there.
Right.
But I like to say though, consistently, as you as an independent artist and with the group, you're always touring. Like you're always touring. That's a blessing for
My
an
lesson, the best advice I can ever give any artist is, and I knew this coming in early on, I don't want to be a one-trick pony. I want to make sure that no one person can control my destiny. And in order to do that, I've started and had that mindset early on, that you have to continue to push the barrier, to step outside of the box, to try different things, not be afraid, and understand that those things that you do, you take pride in them, you do what you do, but those are the things that builds a career. I'm not just looking to just solely be just a solo artist. That's why I've always enjoyed being in different groups and learning how to work with others and being a team player, as well as being my own individual artist as well. But it's important because, when a record company gets mad at me and decide because there's something that I feel that I'm uncomfortable with and I'm not going to move forward with it, I can tell it at one label, cool, I can't rock with it, it's not going to work for me. Well, you want to put me on the shelf? Okay, cool, but you think it stops me from eating?
Right.
So I never allowed any record companies to have power and control over me, because if you want to put my music on the shelf, I'll see you later because I'm going over here and I can make a living and still feed my family and make more records. So how do you stop me?
Right.
But I made a conscious effort. That wasn't something that was a coincidence, to make sure that no one man could ever have that level of power and control over my destiny.
Right.
That's that light.
Right.
That's that light.
Is that why you created your own record label, J Skills Records?
Yeah, for many years, and I hate this thing that we call old school. It's not like you get celebrated, they penalize you. And it's like there's so many great artists that's been around for years that would put a hole in some of these young kids that's out here rocking, doing what they're doing. Not to take nothing away from them, but because you're old school means you're not received, your music or it's not received in the same way, simply not because it's not good, but because you're just considered old. It's like, yeah, he's cool, but what's hot, what's new, what's hot, versus what's of quality. And
Right.
it's like, so to me, for a long time, I didn't record because I kept hearing people talk about, oh yeah, it's old school, radio ain't gonna play that, and people don't want to, no record company's gonna sign you guys because you've been around, blah blah blah, and you've had some records, but you're old school. And it was like, yeah, well, damn, I'm still around and I'm still doing what I'm doing and packing houses. So what makes me so old? So at some point, I decided, I was like, you know what? If you want something done, you got to do it yourself. 31 years later, and to find myself in a place where you're sitting in that position, that debuting at number 4 on Billboard charts and sitting at number 7 with a bullet, with a single behind closed doors, it spoke volumes. It says something that it would have never happened any other way without me being in control over my life once again and my career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've definitely been around and you consistently come out with good music.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And that's all I want people to do, is just to enjoy it, take it for what it is. It doesn't have to be categorized. It's
Right.
it's great music.
Right.
Let me tell you why you have fans that love you. Why Vita Barbie on Twitter, she says, take your glasses off. She said, can she see you without your glasses on?
Why she want to see what? You want to know the reason
Behind
why I wear my
closed
glasses? I wear my glasses because the world sometimes can be so ugly. I just don't want to see it.
Preach!
You just don't understand. Lord Jesus, sometimes I just need some shade.
Some shade, yes.
Oh Lord,
Some
you know,
shade.
I wear and have done. That's my trademark. It's just like everybody has something that might be a part of it's their trademark, and that's
That is
my
your trademark. Because
Right.
when we were
And-
trying to find a picture,
yeah, that's my trademark.
come on, give me.
And to be honest with you, most of the time, I go to places and there's people that you see, you can't get to everybody, or when you got cameras all over the place. The one thing, if you ever noticed, you never can tell where my eyes are looking, because with those glasses on, you can shoot from any angle, ananywhere you want. But
Yeah.
Right.
how
See,
many
I'm a
bad pictures are you
cross-eyed.
gonna get? Because I'm sort of kind of like, But I mean, for a number of reasons. But that's the reason why. And plus, I've always felt comfortable wearing my glasses. It makes me feel good.
There you go.
And if you ever have a hangover, bloop.
Yeah. So people ask me, like, sometimes women ask me, "Can you take off your glasses?" I go, "Can you take off your bra?"
Has anybody ever taken
It's
off
a
their
part
bra?
of your attire. Oh, well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they'd probably be like, okay.
I said, oops, didn't mean it.
Let's talk about dating and Johnny's love life. I was watching when you did the interview on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And you were telling, you've said this before, that there's always been these ridiculous rumors about you and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And you said you had a girlfriend that you were with,
Yeah.
and you just finally wanted to prove it to her, just lay it all out there, and you took a lie detector test.
And she never asked me to. I've always made that clear. She never asked me to. But you don't want to be with anybody who's got to come into this world, into your world, and you're dealing with and hear all these rumors. And as much as you want to believe, you're a human. And I don't care who you are. You're hearing things consistently, and as much as you could want to believe and want to support, and no, I don't believe. I know that you're. It's still at the end of the day for me, and to give me a peace of mind. It was like, let me just make sure that there's no doubt. And what I want to also prove to you something about people. Mm-hmm. People don't care about your happiness. They're reckless. They'll say things and do things. Nobody's ever come back and has apologized and said, I apologize, because I was one of those ones that used to say that, or I used to tell people that too. Because listen, the difference between me and Bill Cosby, there's 20 to 30 people sitting there talking about, oh yeah, I've been with him. Show me one that can say that about Johnny. It's been nothing but rumors.
Right.
And it's because that's all it is, because it was never true. It's not true. So the reality is that when you look at how people can be so malicious, the one thing that I was determined that I don't want that in my home, and I'm not going to have somebody lying there, and at some point you don't know what day they wake up and might think, man, it's just run so rapid. Is it, or can it possibly? Because even subconsciously, you can start looking for things or trying to see if you can see something that might not even necessarily be there. So I was smart enough to understand that and go, I laid out 100 questions, and I told her to pick wherever you want, and she was going, huh? I was like, I need you to do this. So let's I want to make sure that make no mistake that this, what you're seeing and what you hear here, and making sure we're clear, this is how reckless people can be. And they don't care about your happiness. They don't care. Even your own friends, they don't care. People repeat what they hear like parrots. But at the end of the day, if you'd ask somebody, prove it to me. How many could prove it?
Right.
Yeah, you heard that. Oh, yeah, he is. Well, really, prove it. Well, somebody told, what somebody told you, prove it.
Right.
What
Who
have
is
you seen
Day?
with your own
I want to meet Day. Everybody knows Day said.
But that's
Who is
life,
Day?
and I get that. And listen, I came into the game early on when there wasn't too much of the internet and all the other stuff. Now everybody's. It's all over the place, and I don't feel so bad now. I'm like, yeah, shit. Well, I guess I'm not the only one.
Right. So, since we're talking about your dating life, I was watching a couple of videos. What about Sherry Shepherd?
Sherry's my homie. That
right. No,
like,
go ahead and play the video.
I kept hearing
Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill and I are just friends, and that's not to say I didn't want to sleep with Johnny. We are just friends. He told me to not want to sleep with me, so I was like, well, whatever. I dated Johnny Gill.
I love it.
Going on, but that's not because I didn't want it to happen. But my, he's just a friend.
Oh.
I love it.
I love Sherry.
Oh my God! Let me tell you something. Teddy Pendergrass had a song. He said, "Feels so good, loving somebody when somebody loves you back." Yeah, I love it. I mean, to be loved, to be wanted, for people to desire you, I find it without a doubt flattering and a blessing. And that's my homie, that's my friend, and never thought would never do anything to cross that barrier because she's a sweetheart. But that's just a friend. But I love the fact that when people can talk about what they see in you, that's a beauty to them. Because we work hard, and I don't care who you are. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be loved. We all want to be wanted. So I mean, hey, that's my girl. I love it.
Yes. What kind of women do you like?
Because
we got a whole lot of women watching this live feed right now. They like, oh, is it me?
They wearing the Twitter out right now.
Yes, they are.
You just saw Carissa, who's always with and will always be the love of my life. I think that it just goes with where my heart goes. And when I look back at my list, everybody kept saying to me, you have a certain type, and I never really thought I had a certain type until I started going back into some of my
The Black
photos
Book.
and looking, going, yo, wait a minute. Okay, she's Indian. She's Puerto Rican. Wait a minute, oh, okay. So I started looking, and then they all kind of started fitting in a.
What you mean,
little-
exotical? You like the exoticals?
So I assume.
Well, he ain't black,
I would assume.
remember?
I like exotic. Listen, I like you people too. You guys are cool.
You people, I ain't black. I ain't black.
No,
I'm
I
on Black
think
Hollywood.
I do think I'm probably really attracted to more exotic women because I'm looking at like I wasn't aware of it. Now that I look back and I start looking at these pictures and I start going, wow, oh shoot, okay, because I've dated all types of women, all kinds, and some dark, some light, some Caucasian. I've dated
Asian?
Asian. I've dated, yeah. I've dated,
Hold on, wait a minute. What's this? You know,
Yeah.
my mom is Asian. Wait.
yeah. I've dated all types of women. That's why I
She's
said
like, what?
I never realized, but the ones that I've wind up in long-term relationships have been, more like the exotics. But I've dated all types of women.
What about traits? Like, what is something that is like, I cannot have this in a woman? Some kind of a trait.
This is gonna get deep for you. But it's not just, but for my relationship with a woman, and I've learned this over the years. I just want, first of all, a beautiful woman, without a doubt, no matter what her culture is. I want a beautiful woman, but I want a woman that is mature enough, open to be held accountable, and I want to allow her to be able to hold me accountable. And when I say that, a woman who's quick to be able to be open to hear what I have to say, who likes to communicate, which is very important, because if you go to a doctor and tell a doctor something's wrong and I don't feel good, he's got to guess to try to figure out what the problem is. But when you can articulate and can talk and tell him what's going on, it gives him a starting place to begin to figure out where the problem lies. So, and you'll be surprised at how many, not just women, guys too, have a problem with being able to even communicate, which is something, it's a must for me today to talk. It's important for me to say, I'm your mirror, you're my mirror. My pants look too short, tell me. I don't want somebody else to have to tell me. You tell me it's not looking good because you got my back. You're my mirror, and I want to be able to do the same and be held accountable. You say something that people that love each other shouldn't be doing things to try to hurt each other, but at the end of the day, if you say something to me or do something that might hurt my feelings, let me be able to tell you and express that, being respectful that, hey, that didn't feel cool. Right. And I don't know how you meant it or if you're having a bad day, but that didn't feel cool. And for someone to be able to say, I didn't mean it that way, I apologize. Those are things that they're a must for me today. When it comes down not only just about having a beautiful woman, but having a woman that's at that place too, that wants to be held accountable, when we can hold each other accountable. And I'm good. We can take it from there.
Nice.
As a whole lot of women just type right now, I am accountable.
I
I am accountable.
I'm here.
didn't say an accountant. I said accountable.
All right. So are you still gonna be with Elder Barge and Eric Benet in Atlanta at the
Yes,
Fox Theater in the
yes.
8th?
2015, February 8th, you will get to, and no one, I'm just announcing it here, I will reveal the new Johnny Gill Game Changer show that will start February 8th in Atlanta.
Okay.
Still touring.
It's a full set that's going to be, I haven't done this in years. It's a show.
Heard it first on Black Hollywood Live. We
Yes.
always get the exclusive. I love that.
Yes.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
that light on us then.
Yes. And before we get out of here, besides your upcoming tour that you have, is there anything else, any other projects that you have going on?
Well, we're talking about just looking for dates for this new edition project we're going to start working on very soon. I am looking for some special talent to give an opportunity as I move forward with the record label. My record label won't be just a label where it's about Johnny Gill. It's about just putting out great music, all genres of music. It's not simply just urban. And I want to be mentioned in the same breath as the Motown. Could never be a Motown because Motown is and will always be what it is, what it was, and what it is. So I want to follow the blueprint of just making great music, giving great artists who's serious about their craft an opportunity. You're not coming in here to get a check. You're coming in here and you're going to work. I need to see, you're going to rehearse, you're going to sit down, going to learn how to articulate, speak in front of people, do the things that it takes to have longevity. Not come in here and I'm looking for an instant hit. Because they come and they go. But if you're an artist that want to be around for a long time, you're going to put in the work.
So this is not Empire. Your record label, that ain't Empire. You seen that show?
Sort of,
Empire?
kind of.
Oh.
I love that show.
Well, we thank you for coming on Nets, man. We like to talk about the Nets best things all the time with Nets. So we thank you for coming on, man. Game
Thanks
Changer.
for having me. This has
the
been
Nets
fun.
big album, guys. Go get it. Go get it.
And where can we find you on social media?
Oh, at Real Johnny Gill on my Twitter, and Real Johnny Gill 22 on Instagram, and Facebook. It's Johnny Gill official Facebook fan club.
Okay, perfect.
And
where,
Like, yeah.
yes. And where can we find
that
you?
stuff is all new to me. You know,
It is.
I like to pick up the phone and call.
Oh, wow. I know, right?
You'll call all your fans.
But I do shop. But I do shop online.
Package wherever.
Kiki, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Kiki Ayers, KIKIAYERS.
Nice.
And Cortez?
You can find me on all social media as well as Cortez G West. Make sure you also follow us. Click like sometimes, I guess you can say that, on the BHL Online as well. Megan, where can we find you, love?
As always, you can find me, Megan Thomas, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Meg Scoop. And make sure you stay tuned next week because we always have What's Up Next right here. Bye-bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.